Yes, it's time for This Is Us, where we have important conversations, big conversations with you, me, TJ, anyone that happens to be in the studio with us.
Yeah.
Big shout out to people who are in the studio with us right now anyway. And maybe by special grace of God, we're going to be joined by someone as well. Someone's going to be the first time here, I believe. I don't know when since I've joined Sha. It's his first time here.
However, in
But
the meantime,
nonetheless, let's
we have
give
our
a big
producers.
shout out to our producers in the building. Steezed out, glowing, fresh like agege bread straight out of the bakery. Oh my chest.
What's this?
It's too fresh now. See Ilda. Don't mind the lack of the
Ilda.
H.
Thank God you
Ilda.
said Il.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Ilda.
I
And
need to say.
Ilda and Hife. You
Yes,
understand?
Ilda and Hife.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to translate. You know, they're both doing the production, so you can share some alphabets too.
Hilfda.
Anyways, we're on This Is Us, and like Obi said, we tend to have like conversations that affect you and me, listening, speaking, you know. And today the topic is student bullying and mass beating culture in Nigerian schools. Can it be cured? And I feel like,
Curbed.
well, curb though. What they can cure it like virus. Please.
No, because at this point it's an infection. It's a
See,
disease.
real talk.
It's a disease.
You
It's
know
a
that
disease.
actually works too.
Yeah.
Because
Can
you
it
see,
be cured? Because it keeps
Because
happening.
it keeps happening.
it's like
You
a
know,
cycle.
I feel like
Non-ending.
as I said this, like as immediately I said, told you guys the topic. There's no way your mind did not go to the viral videos.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes the most frightening violence isn't what happens on the street because we think that's where it is, but it also is what happens in the classrooms. You know, recently there was a disturbing video circulating online showing students at Igbenedion Education Center brutally assaulting a fellow student. Now, in this clip, you have these two students repeatedly kicking, beating, took off like a belt and was flogging the guy,
God.
used his
Knocking
legs and
him.
was hitting him in the face.
Really hard.
Stepped
really
on him,
hard.
kicked.
Now you
It's
could hear
like-
this guy like crying, screaming, and there was even the person recording was like, "I don't do now, but hold on, you don't do." Was trying to tell him like, "Oh, calm down," and it kept going.
There are different videos though, and
And
it's
the
so
fact
sad.
that one of them was calling him boss.
Yes, like you know that thing of like
Oh,
senior
God.
students and junior students type of like, "Oh, boss, you don't do now,
God.
boss."
No,
Hey,
man,
God,
no.
I beg.
There's
Wow.
levels to this really in everywhere, and I don't know, man. It's really sad to see if we're keeping it a buck because it seems like it's culture. I don't know that there's any school. There's levels to it though. There are some
Yeah.
schools that you feel like some of these guys they are really coming straight from hell
Yeah.
to bully people. Then
Yep.
there are others they're just like okay, it feels like they just gotta do it because it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
But this one is just I don't know.
That was how it was in my own school. My own school they were passing it. So because they bullied me when I was a junior,
was
or the
gonna
biggest
ask
Yeah, when you
when
now
I was
become
a
a
junior.
senior.
So when I'm a senior, you go, and if you are now a junior to if you're not a sister
So
to
the
a
person
senior
that bullied
that
you.
bullied me
Yeah.
is gone.
Wait, you know what? That's I was
No,
gonna
she's
get to
being
that.
honest. It's
Yes.
a
I
good thing.
was gonna get to that. Like
was a
let me
thing.
first ask if fair.
Tough, man.
If he has
Were you
bullied.
ever
Yeah.
bullied?
Yeah.
Yeah. How
I
was that like
mean,
for you?
that kind of makes sense to me.
No, wait.
Look at
What's that supposed to mean? No, what's that supposed to mean?
If you actually
Talk to me, talk to
Look
me,
at
talk to
him,
me.
man.
If you
I
wanna
will
talk to me,
not
talk to me
take
direct.
that.
Real.
Don't go
TJ,
to
I
the
will
corners.
not take
Talk to me,
that.
talk to me.
Oh, producers fighting for each other.
As in
If I turn
co-hosts
off
on the
this,
same
if
side
I turn
still.
off this radio station, what are you talking about?
spending.
No, wait. What is that supposed to mean?
That kind of like it doesn't surprise me that you were bullied. I mean, like if you know you
No,
fare
TJ,
well,
don't say it again.
No,
don't
I
say
guess
it
because-
again.
I guess because he's a sweetheart.
yes, like it just makes sense. Ife is very very soft. It makes sense that
I
somebody
gave bread
Would
was
try
very
to
apt.
bully
yes.
him. I
Consider
see.
if I'm funny
You know what?
But I'm
You
not
know
going to
what?
say-
You
just-
know what? You know
You're
what?
trying
Let's
to
get back to
salvage the
Ife telling us the
situation.
story.
Yeah, don't mind TJ.
So,
Savage.
what was that like? What was it like? How did you react? Did it happen a lot? A few times? What was the situation like?
It was a lot ish, not really. It was kind of passive, but at times it would get kind of very serious. Primary school and secondary school. So primary school was passive aggressive stuff.
Okay.
There's a particular girl, her name is Farida. I'm sure she's fine now. I'm sure she's much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to call me Killjoy a lot in class. And you know, at that time, like, yeah, you don't want to be called that.
Yeah.
And then there's a time where people want to remember something, what fish was in French, and then they would just say my surname, or at least part of my name, not my surname. And they're like, oh, okay, it's poisson. And I hated that. I hated that so much. And they knew I didn't like it. And she kept calling me a killjoy all the time, but I never did anything wrong. Except for maybe stand up for people who they were talking about in a way that wasn't nice.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Like,
That's-
if just
that's
being a good
not-
guy,
that's
you're
not a
already
good thing
bait
to do.
to be bullied.
And
That's the
then
truth.
the same thing happened in secondary school where they're picking on someone. I'm just like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. But if you speak up, you now become the target for the bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a problem because I'm trying to be a nice guy, do the right thing, and then there becomes a problem of, oh, now I'm the one that's being bullied and being oppressed,
Yeah.
in quotes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
what? Sorry, I'm so sorry to
Okay,
cut you.
yeah.
So what Hilda said, actually talking about how you're a junior student who was bullied and then you now become a senior student
Yeah.
and do that. I think we also that's something that I feel some people are probably forgetting. That this whole senior discipline too was a form of bullying.
Yes, it was.
Senior students
was.
that claim that because
It
I'm older,
is.
you messed up, I'm going to do
It's-
this to you.
yeah, because
I
you're
had
still
that when
doing
I
it.
was in boarding school. I stayed in a boarding house for I think 1 year, just one. And I entered secondary
Same.
school very early. I was 10 when I entered just one. So you can imagine, So you can imagine I'm there,
Okay,
small,
same.
skinny, and just trying like being excited that I'm away from home. I get to.
Did they ever ask you to look for Johnny Never End?
No, they were different. Every school had
Okay.
their own specific
Yeah.
punishment. But I remember being flogged by senior students with hanger. Like they used like the iron hangers to
Oh,
flog me. Why? Because I this thing that I first said. It makes sense that
You
like in
snitched.
quotes when I say it makes sense is that thing where if you were like a good person, you did the right thing. Someone did something bad, and you go and tell see what this
See what
person is
this
doing.
person is
Hey,
doing.
you are
So
definitely
good,
going to be
Target.
bullied. I saw 2 senior students doing something that was wrong. And it was also the first time as a 10-year-old ever seen something like that.
Yeah.
So I reported to my teacher. I was like, and I think it was more from shock and hoping to understand what it was I saw.
Yeah.
And when I reported, they found out as I was coming back from teacher's place, I don't know who went to go and say it's TJ that said it.
Yeah.
They found me in the middle of school. They held like all of them may be hangers, and they
You were
flogged me
collecting
there.
left and right.
In middle, so you see stuff like that. So
Yeah.
this whole senior discipline thing was his own set of bullying.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
I forgot about that one guy, man. Really hated that guy.
I was bullied a
my,
whole
my
lot
own
in school.
concern
I was.
for yours is like, and it's a general thing. Did you ever feel the need to eventually, when you became a senior,
Do the
bully
same
as
thing.
well?
No,
Me
That's
neither.
great, that's
no, because I didn't like being bullied. Why would I
Yeah.
Yeah.
do that to someone else?
I
Nah,
feel
nah,
you.
bro.
great.
There were different people like both of us, and also other people that were like, no, I would. Since I got it, you're going to get it too. And some adults are still like that till date.
Do I want to say the truth?
Be honest, you
Be honest.
bullied.
If I'm being honest, I was bullied a whole lot in school,
Yeah.
right? And there was a particular girl that when we
Ida
got
sister.
to she now everything everybody was saying was that should your sister is in primary school, should we come to the secondary school? Okay, and we will be in what SS1.
And when we enter that senior secondary one,
Me, I would say I just took part in the whole duster thing. You know that
what's
thing
the
when
thing?
so there's a thing in school where if you as a junior student, before you come into a seniors class, you have to knock. Yeah, like take
Yeah,
permission before
that
you
was the
enter.
thing.
You can't
Okay.
just walk in. And then if you walk, they did it to me. Me, I didn't know. I just joined the school and I just entered because they said I should go and call one senior. I just badged into their class. Whoa. They said, oh yeah, face the board, use duster, dust my head and my
Oh
hair.
wow.
Chalk
Oh,
all over my
wow.
uniform and my face. So we did it too. And we did it to the senior's younger sister. But that was about it. Besides that, I was bullied a whole lot. My eyes, cross-eyed. They were calling me 4:30. My surname. And then there was a particular girl.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, who was
What is
sitting.
4:30?
It's just a name they
so
call
sorry.
people that use glasses.
No.
Cross-eyed
So
people.
cross-eyed
Oh,
people.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
have cross-eyed and I
yeah,
use
true.
glasses. So they calling me cross-eyed. They call me 4 eyes.
Oh yeah, that's 4 eyes. Glasses.
Ojugo. And my glasses were those.
What?
Yes. And my glasses, and I had those glasses that you wear rope.
Yeah,
Oh.
me too.
So I
I had
looked.
those glasses.
Dork.
That's the best way to wear glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just so
yeah,
that
yeah,
you can
yeah,
pre-
yeah.
Well, I don't know why
protect
people feel like.
it.
Oh,
Until
you're
now,
being
I
bold
hate
about
it.
that.
I hated it then. Maybe my mom would, maybe I break my glasses mistakenly.
I
and then
intentionally
I
broke
would
mine because
cry.
of that.
Me
Yeah.
too. And they put it. I'm like, oh, I don't want this rope. I don't want this rope. Because they're calling me Ojugo and all of that. And then there was a particular girl that I fought back. It got to
Oh.
that point where I'm like, you know what? Every time I come to school, you be matching my socks. You be dragging my hair from the back. One day I was not just in the mood. And then she came and she was doing the whole ritual again. Yo. I cornered
you're
this
like,
girl
today
inside
is
the
today.
toilet.
Yeah.
Ay, yeah. This was very, very bad.
You know what?
Man,
I feel like we all have trauma stories to share for a while.
For mine, but you know what? When we come back, I'll give my own. Hey.
Let's get music to just because right now flashbacks are happening.
Yes.
Let's get some music. We're gonna be right back. However, please let us know your thoughts on this story, because we're gonna go into the depths of this story.
Yep.
What happened, how it started, how the school is handling the situation. But you can send a message on WhatsApp or send a text message to 0913 0000 885.
88.5 UFM.
Yep, this ceiling cannot hold us down. No one can hold us down, because this is us. We gonna go far, wide, everywhere, and have these conversations that maybe no other people are scared to have.
Yeah, well, true. I hear that.
All right.
Of course, you're back with us. In case you're just tuning in, you're welcome. This is us, big and small conversations, and you heard the voice of Obi, TJ, Ife, and Hilda beforehand. And before getting into the conversation, I did say we're going to be joined by someone, and it's good to have him in the studio here. He is an artist manager, just to say a few, really does a lot of things, but of course, like to welcome to the conversation Wolf.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys.
Wolf. So I'd like to know, where did that name come from, though?
Oh, that's a long story, man. But it happened in
no.
It happened in boarding school, funny enough. But yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
It's nice how we're having conversations about
Boarding schools and
schools, bullying, and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, so you're welcome. In case, like I said, you're just tuning in, we're talking about this really sad video that's been going around. Well, there's a couple of videos anyway. Our video from Midday Education Center about a student that was bullied. The different videos nonetheless, but what basically just the summary of the question we're asking: do you think that it can be stopped, it can be curbed?
Yeah.
Because it seems as though it's culture in schools. And it's kind of like what almost everyone would have experienced one way or the other. We're saying our own different experiences, and I will give mine, but I think I want to ask Wolf how he reacts to this. Have you ever been bullied? Let me start off from that.
Yeah, of course. When I was boarding school, it happened a couple of times. Then, I can't lie, you get to a point where just like you start having this mentality of kill or be killed. I mean, for me, anyways, that's how I ended up handling it from like GS3 moving forward. You kind of get fed up of it. By the time you live in fear in like GS1 and GS2, you're like, you know what, this
I'm just gonna fight back.
This can't continue. Plus, it kind of doesn't help that I was raised by an ex-military man, so he just he just be like, come on, you go back there and you gotta stand up for yourself. If not, they will never stop.
They mess with the wrong child.
Yeah, they're real talk.
They will never stop. Yeah. They really. I don't think bullying is something that can ever completely stop. Because when you look at it, it's not just a Nigerian thing. Even abroad, you look at it, it's been there's always cliques, and when there's cliques and there's levels to like it's childish when you hear it from the outside, but it's like a social economic kind of ladder or how they are within
So
secondary
like
school or high school or whatever. Yeah, and it's insane, but those things still even happen after school. It's just
even as adults.
Groups, gangs, and
Like it's not like Hilda was trying to say yesterday that this leads to the cultism that we have now.
Yes.
No, not even
That's
that.
where it
Not even just that. Beyond that, if you go to offices right now, there's subtle nuances and cliques like this where it's not something that you can see where they're being physical about it. But
it's almost like witchcraft.
Yeah. I had one boss like that when I was still working in 95. If I mention that guy's name, it would be hilarious. But yeah, I had one of those guys, and I think the entire office was always so shocked when I stood up to him. Like he would say something silly like, hey, if you were my younger brother, I would kick your ass. And then there was a day I told him that if he tried it, he'd be eating out of a straw for the next 4 months. And then the whole office was like, come on. People were like, you get mine, dude. I'm like, what do you mean by you get mine? Do you just allow him do this to you?
Did you get fired?
Well, he inevitably was the one that threw me under the bus with the MD during COVID, so I lost the job.
Oh,
yeah, because of that.
Yeah, because he didn't like the idea of someone standing up to him all the time. Because everybody in the office was always like groveling. I hope he's coming.
His name was
Obi.
Yeah, his name was Obi. Yeah.
What? Obi, I knew.
Obi, so this is what you're doing.
Hold up.
I knew you had it.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. But yeah, the guy,
Wow.
well, it happens beyond high school. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
The only
True,
difference
that's
is that in high school, because of there's no, how do I put it now? There's no, I think most kids don't even have that reflective mindset to understand our local something
This is
physical.
what's going on.
Something
Yeah.
physical can have consequences and whatever.
Yeah.
So most of them just do whatever they want to do, and
Mm.
it's quite bad. And you know, there are a couple of. Let me not even mention the name of the school that is here in Lekki. There was one school in Lekki where something happened a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
we all
been-
know the
I think
school.
we
It's
talked
been
about
yeah,
it.
we know the school, but it's been dusted under the
Yeah.
rug now,
Yeah.
and they've moved on, and the school is still operating
Yeah.
fine. And that
Yeah.
and the kids that caused that are they've probably finished. They've gone on with their
Okay.
lives.
Yeah.
Probably abroad.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, someone's kid is dead. You
I
know?
think it said,
Yeah.
unfortunately, the mom even passed at some point.
Yeah,
Yes,
come on
yeah.
now. You can imagine
It's so
the
sad.
It's sad.
emotional
Yeah.
the
Toll that would have
toll it would have.
Stress and
Yeah,
trauma.
Even like the statistics with it, because apparently there was a study that found out that up to 78% of students reported experiencing bullying at least once, 78%. And
Which
then
is
another
crazy.
study was like 40.3% of students admitted to bullying others, while 81.3 reported to being victims at some point.
Yo.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You
When
know,
you think about it.
it's sad
It's
because,
crazy.
of course, I think just off of what Hilda had said and kind of like my own personal experience, there's a way you'll be bullied that you feel like is the right thing to do when you become a senior to just
Yeah, to
carry
do your
on the
own back.
culture.
I mean,
I know it's not. It's
it
not a
boils
good
down
thing.
to the person.
It boils down to the
Yeah.
person. I remember one time when I was in secondary school. I think I was in GS 2 or 3, and then I was like during like free period. So there was this particular place in school that people used to play tennis, table tennis. So I just happened to just wander, and it was behind like a staff room. So I just wandered around in school, and then I found myself there, and. You know, I saw one of my classmates. He was playing tennis with his
for
senior.
that corner. You found yourself there.
No. I was just moving around, and I sort of kind of wanted to go and play table tennis. So I found myself there. So I saw my classmate there playing
It's
with
table
his
tennis
senior.
code for kissing a babe.
No, I
I
believe.
don't
Fair.
know.
You
I believe
need
he
to
actually.
What are you
I
doing
believe
at
he
that
actually
corner?
means table
Yeah,
tennis.
like
Okay.
Okay,
You
okay,
go
I'm joking,
home.
Yeah,
See,
for real.
this is why Lagos is hot. People fornicate too much.
See,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
Oh my goodness! But anyway,
Yeah.
Wolf,
so I
two
had gone
strikes.
there, and this my guy, my classmates. I know he was very much affiliated with a lot of seniors in different things, and at this time they were gambling with the, with the table tennis.
Normal level.
So
Yeah.
he was playing with his senior, and I just came. I didn't even know they were gambling. Then I just said next game. Oh, somehow it was not my fault, but this senior lost that
And
that
then you
position.
blame you.
strike,
You
yeah.
blame
Yeah.
you.
This guy with all the strength in him threw the bat at my head. Like I had a swelling.
Yeah.
oh my god.
I was like, huh? And I couldn't do anything because he was my senior, and he had a reputation for anger management issues. So I knew I was going to get
Most of them
beat.
did. And the problem is
Like,
that
Most
it's
of them are
always
not-
from,
they were
it's from
not-
home.
They were not
Yeah,
okay
but-
mentally.
You
Yeah.
know, I deep down in me, I knew that this guy had a brother in GS1,
Aye.
and I was like, you know what?
All of them
I'm
always have
gonna-
siblings that are younger.
Yo, I
Yes.
was like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait till I can wear trousers because junior school, you're
Yeah,
wearing
you're wearing
Short
shorts.
knicker.
Yeah, yeah,
Senior
yeah,
school,
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
can wear
I was
trousers.
like, yo,
Yes.
but eventually I was like, it's not that deep because it can just become a cycle and stuff. I don't have younger ones that I worry about, but like,
Yeah.
to what end?
No,
really?
bro. The thing is that when I got to be the head boy of my school, I'm pretty sure everyone, because I was hearing that even girls apparently were even crying when I got elected because I wasn't in school when it happened.
Amazing.
I went
They were
home.
that scared.
I went home to get a haircut because my parents didn't like the idea of me cutting my hair in school. So I went home to get a haircut, came back like the next day. I heard that, that's one of the teachers had put my name on the ballot. I was like, for what? They were like, for head boy. I was like, why? I don't want to do
You
this.
don't even want
Yeah.
This is a lot of responsibility. They're going to put me under too much pressure, and they'll put me under a lens, and they'll be watching my every move.
Absolutely.
I don't want that. But then apparently they had done the election, and I had become the head boy, and people were afraid. People were afraid. They
He
said,
had a
Military regime.
reputation.
he said, is it that guy? Is it that guy that is fighting seniors back? Is it that guy that is crazy? Like,
So what we
but
hit it was.
I ended up not. In fact,
Because they didn't understand what he was doing.
Yes.
thank you. They
Yes.
didn't get it
Yeah.
because by the time I became the head boy, I even made sure they enjoyed more. Like, I changed a couple of things that were like the norm. That, for instance, now you'd have the idea of the boys working a lot more than the girls. The girls would be chilling when it's time for labor. The guys will be cutting grass. When it's time for food, you will now see the girls will be served first, and they'll be served. They'll be served the large portions. Guys will be eating. Guys will just lose weight. Then the seniors now will now in turn use that. Some of the seniors that are not like in SS3 will now use that anger of they didn't eat well, but they've been working hard since. They will now take it down on their juniors. Whether they have issues from home, whether it's from the school, several things affecting them psychologically. Maybe their parents are getting divorced. Maybe there's one kind thing or the other. You never.
We don't take that into consideration.
You never know. But the thing is that it doesn't justify why they do those things. But still, those are the things that actually contribute to them getting to that point, and they are looking for an outlet. They are looking for something or someone to take it out on. And then I remember one time shouting at one of my seniors that it's not my fault that I come from a loving home.
Burn.
That's a classic case, right?
Like
he's going to go to his hostel and cry.
Go to his hostel. No, him and his mates actually descended on me.
Yeah,
Like
they were gang.
him
No,
and
but
his classmates.
it's something for him to think about.
Yeah.
He would think about it.
Yeah.
Him and his classmates descended on me. But it got to a point where my seniors started looking at me and they're like, "Come on, just leave that
Junior that is
just leave that guy. That guy's not okay. Just leave him alone, I beg."
Man, but still, of course, this is as a result of the viral video currently trending, and there's so much that has come out. I don't even know if any of you have happened to have seen there's a voice note that apparently, allegedly, is the Asoro boy.
Yeah, but I didn't hear. Like, I don't think he was speaking English.
I saw the
English
boy
and he
that got
said,
expelled
"I'm
doing gang
famous.
signs. And he was like,
Saying,
I'll be back. And I
I'm
was like,
famous. And he was proud.
Wow.
Like, there was no form of remorse from his voice.
No, because that school is notorious. That school is known for doing a lot of crazy
because more
things.
videos came
There are
out.
more
after
videos.
this one,
There are more things. There are a lot of stories about even the student getting shot. And the school was trying to cover it, and like there's just a whole lot. That particular school, there's a problem with that school, and the press, the press release that the parents dropped, that they dropped. It wasn't the parents. The school,
the school and the
press
parents
release
of the boy.
obviously the school wants to cover their asses now. But
Thank you. But guess what? Underneath, where you not put sign maybe proprietor or principal or something. Apparently, somebody that went to this school, like she's now very, very like way older, came out and said this person is dead. That's the person that signed that people said is the proprietress or proprietor of the school has been dead for like 10 years now. So
and when you think about that, because there is a video that's currently trending as well for some people that came to protest at the school.
Yeah.
And from the dialogue that was happening between them and some staff of the school, the staff confirmed that the children were suspended, not even expelled.
Yes.
And because the guys were arguing that this has been happening, that this probably not even the first time with this kid, from what I could take from what they were saying. And like, no, they were not expelled, they were suspended.
So that child is a repeat offender.
It seems as
I don't think the schools even handle these things better.
That's like the main problem there. There's so many concerns, really and truly, when you think about it. Because one thing that's sad about Nigeria is that when a child comes from a rich home, there's going to be some form of fear. Because I don't want to know I don't even want to know what their parents are going to want to do to me or the entire school. So I'll let them do whatever they want to do. And that could be the case. They're trying to just kind of make the situation, give the public what they want to hear. Like, this public notice, that, the boy has been expelled. And then,
manage the situation in-house.
Manage it in-house until, like, whatever.
Until it dies down. No.
I feel like there's also, like, weak supervision, too, from the teachers. And there are a lot of things that they
He's probably still the same fear.
It's still the fear.
I agree.
Fear.
No. So now I feel like, we're talking about, like, the beating. But then also other areas where they just sweep certain things on that. They don't take certain statements seriously. There are sometimes they don't take it seriously. I think that before I even got to beating, there were different. I have experienced different types of bullying. I remember one time, so I was diagnosed with idiopathic scoliosis, and obviously teachers found out because I needed to like be absent from certain sports, So I remember it hurt me obviously as a kid. I'm like, I want to participate and I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, I wish I could. And I remember this teacher just randomly said, please, I think her spine is broken or something like that. So we cannot. And literally just outrightly said that. So then they're not thinking about it. Kids heard this. The story went round. Other children found out. Oh,
and then they started teasing you.
Yeah.
They literally, I came to school one day and they drew me on the board.
Oh,
and they said, they labeled it Quasimodo, aka Toye. Like, do you understand? So imagine coming to school on a regular day and you're just, I tend to see that. More people see that and look at you as targets. Like, we can do this to you. We can make fun of you. We can take your bag. You're about to eat, they'll pull your food from you or poke you, push you to fall. And they're like, So as I push it out, now is he paining you? Do you understand? So I
Wow.
feel like sometimes for the teachers,
teachers-
there's the fear. Then there's some of them that they're not even.
They're
A student
absent-minded.
said something.
They're
you're not
ignorant.
thinking.
Some
You're
of them
very
are ignorant,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, true.
And
Like,
some actually genuinely just don't care.
there's that
Because
too.
if
There's
you look
that
at if you look at it, yeah,
like, ain't my business, man.
yeah, if you look at it, there are two factors to this thing. The first one is teachers are not even paid or taken care of well enough for them to care
about
about
Yeah.
a lot of things. Second of all, in my experience when I was in boarding school, a lot of teachers were genuinely afraid of some of the students. Not the
Yeah,
students'
that too.
parents, too.
The students.
The actual students, because
Yeah.
there are some people that are actual fighters.
Meet you outside.
They will meet you outside and they will deal with you. Yeah, there were
Like
there were
in
people like that in my
secondary
school.
But
Yeah.
the teachers like
funny.
I know, like,
No.
teachers
Big
have
big
different
men.
builds.
Big men.
Big men are
Bro,
afraid of
there were
Yes.
teachers that I wasn't even doing anything to that. I
remember.
heard that these teachers were like, they don't want to try and piss this kid off. Oh.
Yeah.
And I was
Ah.
tiny.
Sometimes depending. Now he was. There are some the students actually look a certain way. There were two guys that were in my class, and they were like 6'3", and we had this like short mathematics teacher. They used to taunt him.
No, that one
Do you
is
understand?
actually
So
that one
he's
is wild.
standing like maybe facing class, and maybe they're coming in, and they will tower over him at the back.
Yeah.
And as he turns around, they're like, and they will just walk
It's
away.
not even
You're
just
not gonna
that.
be a
They're just
My
some
seniors
children that
then
weren't
in
okay.
It's not even just that.
Yeah,
I
my
remember
seniors,
back
they
in my
would- they would tell the
secondary
teacher that we'll meet you outside.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside, and you know what it means
Right.
when 4 guys are telling you in SS2, SS3, they tell you
They
we'll
tell you
meet you
meet you
outside.
outside.
There's this guy that was in my secondary school. This as in like GS1. It wasn't GS2. I was in GS1. He had stabbed a girl with a broken bottle. So like he stabbed her like on her chest. So like he didn't just stab her, he now pulled it down.
Yeah.
This guy was notorious. Like people
Yeah.
were afraid of him, even teachers. There was a time when it was the last day of what I can't remember what term. He said that any GS1 boy he sees, he's killing that boy.
Have
Like
you heard of
imagine
have you
and
heard
the
of Red
fear-
Knights before?
Yo, the fear that everybody had. Like at the end, everybody's running home. Like it was crazy.
My
So
brother-
there's some people
what
that
happened
brother,
to
there's
what
some
happened to
kids
his
that-
parents, man? Are his parents afraid of him as well?
Students like that, yeah.
Yeah.
There's something that they used to call Red Nights in boarding school. Students like that were the ones that used to come alive during Red Nights.
Bruh.
Red Nights is the night before you go home where there's an all-out attack.
Yo.
Everybody.
What?
If you've hated somebody, if somebody has hated
Yeah.
you or whatever, like, there's an all-out attack all night.
This is so.
And this thing is something
prison
that
break
students,
level.
do you
People be dying
understand?
from
And
that,
the
I'm
teachers are aware, like the school authorities are aware
They
of
are.
this.
They'll
red
surely
line.
know
They are.
now. They'll surely
They
know.
are. They know.
Because there's
It's
no
like
houses to not go
children.
around.
The teachers literally disappear on Red Nights.
Some them,
Bruh.
there's
Yeah.
part of
So
them
to
not
justify
caring,
them, like,
saying
you
that,
know.
oh please, they don't pay me enough to come and get beat or to get hurt
Or to get
from this.
injured.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm just going to dip. And see, it makes me remember how how like American schools have like guidance counselors.
Yeah.
If a child is beginning to act funny, they will call the
No, that doesn't
child,
happen
they will
here.
call the parents and they're like,
I
okay,
feel like
what
we should
should
start
we do?
doing
Even
a
if
lot
we
of
have guidance and
psychological
counseling, they're not really
evaluations
For
in,
students.
Nigerians
in
don't-
Nigeria.
Nigerians
They
don't
should
take that
make it
seriously.
compulsory. Since we're looking at how to curb it,
Curb this,
because a lot of
yeah.
people are mad.
Yeah, but
A lot
Nigerians,
of kids
Nigerians
are
don't take it
crazy.
seriously.
Let's be for real.
Nigerians don't take it seriously.
I think maybe also, I don't know if it's happening on school grounds, outside school grounds. I'm not really sure there was more to do about
No,
that.
but these
on
things are
school
happening on
grounds,
school ground.
Maybe they should start thinking about the architecture of buildings to curb bullying in a way, because we just build schools. I mean, schools are structures are built for the sake of them to fulfill a certain purpose in the society, right? But now that we have bullying as a problem, why not build the schools in
Like
certain
cells.
ways?
Like
Not
guard room.
cells.
We had guard
I'm
room.
not even
We had guard
getting
room in my
there.
school.
I'm
I'm
glad.
just
I'm not
get into my
referring to
room.
that.
No.
So,
Let- let-
so
let-
there's
let-
certain,
let-
there's
let-
certain
okay,
parts
yeah.
of schools that are secluded, certain parts that are, caved
It's
in or
almost like a
whatever.
blind
Oh,
spot.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blind spots. So
I'm
why
glad-
not
I'm
try
glad
and
you're saying
build
this.
schools in ways that you try your best? You may not get everything correctly, but try your best to avoid blind spots. Maybe get more cameras. Not every school can afford it. I don't know about the government school. I don't know if the government is going to help them with that. But
They
private
could
schools
vandalize the camera.
ideally should be able to afford it.
But brother, these things won't help.
See,
How not? I mean, if
I
they're
assure you.
checking it regularly.
we're
I
not
assure
saying
you.
they are not seeing it. These things that are brought to their notice, what do
Yeah.
they do
What they do?
About it.
about
when
it
it
now that it's in their,
I've
like it's in
told,
their faces?
I've told a teacher that a senior bullied me for spray starch. Took the spray starch. And the teacher said, call the senior. I called the senior. The senior came. The teacher said, don't do it again. No.
Oh, I hate that.
Law.
What do you mean don't do it again?
On,
He will do it again, he will
between
beat
the
me.
teacher's apartment and our hostel, the senior knocked me again and took the spray starch from me.
Like literally,
Bruh.
don't stop that.
I hate-
I said, don't do it again.
Mind you,
though.
this
Can
senior
imagine?
was
I
4
hate that.
times my size. I was in GS2, this guy was in SS3. He was 4 times my size, and he knocked me and collected that thing again.
What is
So-
don't do
What's-
it again? And then the thing is, actually, now the question I would like to ask is, what would
That's
you
funny.
expect teachers to do in situations like that, where they believe
Yeah.
don't do it again is enough, where they believe, oh,
They don't believe that.
detention
No,
is
they
enough.
don't believe that.
They
That's
just
my
couldn't
power.
be bothered.
Okay,
They just
if
don't want
they
to
don't
see
believe
my
that.
opinion.
As a
So,
teacher-
so what is the expectation
If
of
I'm-
teachers now?
As a teacher, if I'm scared, I don't know. If I'm scared of the school or whatever they're going to do to me or the students' parents, I will call the parents in charge of this child that they are bullying, and let the child know, and let the parent know what's going on.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
parent to parent.
So that parents can do what they can do.
Yeah.
Parent to parent.
'Cause the
Since
truth
we
is-
as teachers can't handle anything.
Because the
It's
truth
really
is,
sad
because the
because-
truth is, that's how I started. That's how I got the name. That's what they were using it to tease me at first in school.
Mm.
Wild animal, Wolverine.
And you let
and then it stuck. It stuck. But
Wow.
the situation it came out of was a senior that wanted me to fetch water
Mm.
in GS3. I believe he wanted me to fetch water, and I told him I wasn't feeling well. And you know those metal buckets, those
Yes.
pails, those ones that make the heavy sound.
So
Bam.
heavy.
He threw it at me. It hit me here. I touched my face. After, oh Jesus, my face. I touched it. I saw blood. My eyes closed. I thought I passed out. I didn't.
Ooh, enrage.
I didn't. Because by the time my eyes opened again, I just noticed he was on the ground, badly injured.
No,
people
is
were
that,
around
wait, that thing
me.
is real.
Yes.
Yup,
I
it's
see
real.
red. It's real.
Yeah.
It's happened to
My
me before.
knuckles were bruised from like the
I hear
walls,
that.
Yeah.
blood. My
a real
uniform
thing.
was stained with some of his blood. Teachers, people had surrounded, looking at me like I was a freak.
Yeah.
And then, before I knew it, they called his parents. They called my parents.
Oh wow! Finally,
oh,
they're
now
calling
you can
the
call
parents.
parents.
My
Okay.
dad said, "This better be good." I had a good golf game going on.
Wow.
What happened?
Mm.
And he told me, "Stand straight. Explain to me what you did. Why did you hit this person? First of all, what class is this person?" They said he's SS2.
You, what class are you?
What class are you
Just
again? Because you know the way dads can.
Yeah.
What class are you again? I was like, GS3, sir. Stand straight. GS3, sir. So what happened? He told me to fetch water. I told him the whole story, and he was like, "Why are you people wasting my time?
Like, what are we
This
talking
boy
about?
should be suspended.
Mm.
Yes, punish my son for fighting in school, but this boy should be out of the school. Why am I here? Why his parents? The parents wanted to start saying da 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 da. My father
You're
said,
not serious.
if this boy doesn't get suspended, I make sure this school burns down. It's very simple." And that was how the boy actually got suspended, sent home, blah, blah, blah. The parents were just making noise about it. But you know, the school was like, look, her hands are tied. She knows who my father is. And that man is not okay.
And he
So-
meant what
and
he
you know,
said.
and that's-
But if you don't have
If
parents
you now
like
don't
your
have parents, thank you very
what
much.
happens
Then?
then?
Thank you very much.
That's-
Then what now happens? Because there are a lot of parents that are mild-mannered. They don't,
Oh, why did he?
why did
this
he?
boy,
What happened?
Now, wow. So what are we going to do now? You safe? Can't you tell him that he should stop doing that? You don't fight fight with fight. You know, you calm down. That's what they'll be telling the
No,
child.
those kind of things don't work.
It doesn't
We're
work.
talking about kids that don't understand the concept of being able to have emotional awareness
Yeah.
or emotional responsibility or
Yeah.
controlling their anger or whatever. And most of the time, we don't even realize that what they are seeing at home is what they are doing here.
Yes. And sometimes what they also see from other
Totally.
teachers too, because I think
Yes.
just as this thing happened, another video came up about how a teacher flogged a girl.
Need to go
If you
there.
see her
Her
See her
thighs,
bruised
thighs.
thighs, yeah, the back.
like they flogged, she's light skin, so you could see how red her
Red.
body was. And it now reminded me of when I went to school one time. See, my mom now big disciplinarian. My mom
Thank
would
you.
flog
I
me.
was-
Yeah.
But then I
yeah.
went to school one day and teacher, you know, sometimes they tend to upgrade in their punishment.
Yeah.
And just said instead of opening my hands like this, I should turn it the other way. So she
child.
flogged my
Yeah, normal,
knuckles.
normal level. Yeah,
So
normal
when
level.
she flogged me so I think it was like, was it 10 stroke? My hands were shaking. I couldn't
Shaking,
hold
yeah.
anything. So when I got home, I was scared to tell my mom. Why? Because I thought, oh, now I'm the one that messed up. So if my mom finds out, she's
Another
going to
round.
beat me. So I was just quiet about it. My mom now said, oh, carry this. As I held the glass, it just dropped. And she now looked at me, she's like, I don't understand. What's it? And she now saw that my hands were shaking. I was like, I tried to explain. She's, I don't understand, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? Like, what's happening? And I'll tell her, oh, this is what happened. My mother was bomb shot.
Yes, now.
Came to school. When I
TJ.
said, let me tell you something now. I don't mind you disciplining my child. but you would have to follow a structure. You cannot just wake up and
And
decide
just
to flog her
and
head.
inflict
improvise.
You
No,
understand?
Inflict.
my dear.
My mom has flogged a teacher before. in
Yes,
assembly.
now before. Yes,
You
now.
flogged me
Mom
and,
say I've done
and
it
then
too.
it entered my eyes.
Yeah.
And then I came home and she said, what happened? The eye that was not good before. Okay.
Well, my
The
mom
next day,
hasn't done that.
I know
If
my mom
you
has
need
done
to
it.
leave.
my mom had. My mom. went
can't
to
lie,
even-
my mom
the
has
funny
done
thing
it.
is that she went to hold the
Yep.
wrong teacher on the assembly. I said, "Mommy, that's not my teacher. That is the one." Oh yeah.
My mom did
Yeah.
not waste time. Got to the lady first thing. You Abi, slap.
So what the
Child.
students see teachers do,
Do?
what they see their
Yeah.
parents do
Do,
at
yeah.
home,
Oh, I want
their
to
uncles
flog you
and
the
their
way
aunties,
Mr. Ibrahim
you
used
think
to
they will
flog.
not replicate it on
No,
the
but,
Do you
but
think-
what you people don't even understand is that they used to improvise a lot of new set of punishment for boys in the boys' hostel. If we explain some, have you bro, you were you in
You're
boarding
making
school?
them hard.
No, actually, I
like
was
you're
in
making
boarding
them.
school.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
was a
god!
day
Have you
student.
heard
Levels at
have you heard of
this
pumping
point.
before? You know what pumping is?
No.
No.
It's basically squats, but you stand on your toes and you just keep going. It could happen for hours.
What? Toes.
Yeah, you stand on your toes and you keep squatting up, down,
So,
up,
out
down.
of
You
curiosity,
can keep going for hours.
does it make you a faster sprinter?
Yes, it does, but it hurts like crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like
It hurts
I
like.
mean,
by the
some
time
punishments are beneficial.
By the time you're done, the pump on your quads, your legs start to shake ridiculously. Or the one where they will draw a car here and tell you
Tell you to push
push the
it.
car.
Oh yeah, I know about
they're
that
all
one.
about that.
Here was the
Those
big
guys are
mistake I
faster
made.
than me,
I can
really.
draw, so I erased it and I drew it there.
Smart.
Then they gathered me and they kicked my ass.
Language. Okay. You know
Let's
what,
wrap up
guys?
some
I really
messages,
wish,
yeah.
because of the
Yeah.
sake of time, we're gonna need to wrap it up because it's almost time for the touchdown. There's quite a number of messages. People even tried to call. Someone really begged to call and apologize. Maybe we'll bring this conversation again some other time.
Really?
Anyway,
Let's read
let's
messages,
just
let's
quickly
messages.
read this
Yeah.
message here. It says, "Hey yo, TJ Madam the Creative, Obi-Wan Nate, Yellow Purple, Hilda, and Ife the Bullied."
Now, wow.
Aji boy.
It said,
Please.
"Una-
Tomorrow.
All of una, good afternoon. How una day? I don't think bullying can totally be eradicated in this country.
Yep.
Oh my God,
Yep.
mommy, I speak English. So eradicate, Ajiboy, please. Why I think so is because a country where jungle justice is a normal thing.
Yep.
How will you control that
Yep.
in schools?
Yep.
Even if they're not doing it inside the school,
Yep.
they will catch themselves outside.
Outside.
Normal level.
Thank
A
you.
country where anybody can bully you just for what you're wearing. A country where people follow certain people on social media and see whatever the person says as perfect and correct, even if they were asked to attack people unprovoked. As far as Oga talk say na bad person, well, for school, sha, me, I don't actually get bullied like that too. Though I used to be very quiet, but to get one boy, we won't take the silence for granted. I just hit his head for cheer. Now once he piped low, the only few people that got away with it are girls. Now because I don't want hit girls, sha, I'll just look them and shake head. Though they actually didn't hit me where it would trigger. If girl give me slap, I don't know what fee happen though. I feel lose small home trading. This coming from Aji Boy from Ebute.
Can't lie.
Thank you.
Can't lie.
so
Some
much.
girls were like the biggest
Disrespectful.
biggest
Yo,
bullies.
you
Bullies,
want the
yeah.
toughest.
Yeah, man.
All right, this next message here.
There's another one. This one says, as someone who has faced bullying head on, it is crazy how I would be bullied at school and return home like nothing happened.
No.
It brings fear factor into kids. As a parent, there is a need to always have talks with your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
It
like,
sort of makes them even have low self-esteem at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
I
I
because
feel
they
like
don't
there
want them
should
to
be a
anything.
day, maybe like it's a national thing or worldwide thing.
What
where-
bullying
where there's certain
awareness
days
or
where,
something.
where like your parents come and sit with you in school, and then they
I believe
Bring
that
your
do their
parent
best.
teacher-
PT.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
just that. Like they sit through the entire day.
Or-
Everybody
They're
will
with
act
you the
right.
entire day,
I think
Who
it was.
acts
I
right?
think it
and
was
maybe
my
do
mother.
their best to embarrass you in
open
front
day.
of
No,
everybody.
The funny thing is
So
my
everyone
mother.
has
Like
a
the
form of
bully.
shame.
It's
The
my
bully
it's my mother
or
that
the
noticed
bullied.
it.
Which one?
Nah, the bully, that would be a bit tough because then
Everybody.
it will not sort of be a flip thing. If someone is a bully
Yeah.
and then it's the person's been really bad, they end up catching him,
Yeah.
and then they embarrass the bully. Everyone now becomes a bully to the bully, and then that guy now starts having a tough time and ends up doing something a bit crazy.
Yeah.
So it can kind of flip. You can be the bully and then eventually become the bullied if the people you have been bullying have overpowered you.
Yeah.
So it now becomes a bad situation where they now feel like, oh, it's our turn to do the bullying, and
I really
meanwhile
feel
it's
like
still a bad
everybody
thing.
should hold their child.
100%.
Hold your kids at home, because if you come out and your kids move mad when my kids are, go call it.
Real.
But then
You
it's also
and
the
your
willingness
parents
of some
will
parents
sleep
to
in-
accept
in-
that, okay, there's actually a possibility that my child did something stupid. Some of
Yeah.
them, some parents will deny it. They will say, no, my child could
Yeah,
never
my
do
child
that.
can
Oh,
never.
nah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
The
The thing is, I feel like it's just important to say that bullying in schools is not just childish mischief. It is violence with real consequences. And for some students, it becomes a traumatic experience that they never get over. They carry it for years.
For life.
Yes, for
Yeah.
life. And this viral video from Igbede Dion Education Center may have sparked outrage today. But the bigger question is, how many incidents happen that we don't even see? We have no
Yeah.
idea of. And if bullying has become a part of school culture, then the conversation we need to have is who is to be held accountable. You know, the parents, the teachers. I feel every single
Everybody.
person, from the parents, like from to the teachers,
to the
you know,
headmistress, principal, all
everybody
of them.
working in the school needs
Security,
to
all
hold
of
up.
them.
Security, the
Yes,
adults
'cause
in
where are
there.
they?
Everyone, yeah.
What are
Everybody
they
needs
there
to
for?
be held accountable because this cannot continue.
Because
I hear
because
that.
you know how bad it gets. Because even by that GS2, my mother, on one of those holidays, looked at me and said, "There's a light in your eyes that I can't see anymore."
Yeah,
child.
it's a real
Jesus.
thing. It's a real thing that you
Because
you
your
can't
child-
dream anymore. You're
Oh,
just
Enzi,
yeah.
Enzi, she actually said that her brother had to pick up a drug habit
habits
in
yeah.
the school.
in
the
the school.
Same Igbenidium
This
we're
same
talking about.
Igbenidium.
Wow.
It's
Just-
secondary school.
Yes.
Secondary school. So
It's crazy.
I feel like that's like our closing words as we also wrap up the show
we
entirely.
basically have to, and we have some bills to pay, of course. Coming through very soon is the Touchdown Lagos Drive Time Show. This has been fun, man. Thank you guys so very much. I really
Thank
appreciate you all.
Thank you for having us.
Sincere apologies for those that wanted to call in and be a part. Maybe, who knows, we can bring this conversation
It was
again.
nice to meet you,
because,
Wolf. Very
Oh,
nice.
nice
Yeah.
to meet you too.
Yeah.
man. Nice to meet you guys.
All right,
Alright.
guys, the Midday Rally is going to be back same time tomorrow, 11 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m.
88.5 UFM. It's all about you.